Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report. We don't have a whole lot to talk about today, but we'll get a few things in and maybe some informative memes to you today so you can see the hypocrisy that takes place not only in our government, but in every agency that's involved with it. If you look at what's going on over the skies of New Jersey, in and around Nad Earl, which is the Naval Ammunition Depot, which is right there in the flight path of these drones that are as large as some people are describing as large as cars that have been flying every night over the Jersey coast. And you have, just to bring you to some knowledge about that area of New Jersey, you have Nad Earl, which is the Naval Ammunition Depot. You have McGuire Air Force Base, and you have Lakehurst Naval Air Station there, and an arsenal for them to be looking at, mapping, doing whatever these drones are doing over New Jersey. And when the Pentagon was asked about, well, what are we going to do about this? There's no answers. They say they don't know whose drones they are. Well, we have an FAA that has rules, and there's flight plans that need to be filed, and there's certain restrictions about drone flying in areas that are controlled airspaces for commercial traffic as well as military traffic that takes place in these areas. Why in the world no one has deemed to do anything about, or at least take one of these things down? There's netting possibilities, there's jamming possibilities, and then there's the last possibility that you may use weaponry to knock it out of the sky, and then have a look and see who this belongs to, who made it, who's involved, and where it came from. Why we're not doing this is as mind-boggling as Biden letting a spy balloon that mapped in every entire military installation we have, sent by China, and let it all happen until it mapped the entire country, and then they took care of taking it down. And we still have no answers on that. We have no answers from our three-letter agencies on it either. We don't know whose drones they are, who is operating them, where is it being operated from? Is there a mothership somewhere that's allowing these to come out of it? Is there a mothership that is off the coast? Are they lying to us one more time from our agencies that we trust to take care of our safety in the United States? Why is this happening? Why is it that no one has an answer? Why is it that this government has let us down time and time again over the fact that we have an administration that came in and 4 things happened during this administration that are totally unexplained, unaccounted for, and we're waiting for the answers. Maybe we'll get them after January 20th, but it doesn't look forthcoming right now for us to have any answers on what's going on. It is slightly disturbing that the 4 things that happened in the chronological order of happening is the Ukraine, and then we have the Iran situation, and then we have Israel, and then we have now Syria. Where's the explanation on any of this, and what is winking, blinking, and nod thinking they're accomplishing by going over now and want to take credit for the ceasing of Assad's reign of terror that took place in Syria? Look at some of the coverage of what they're finding in these prisons, the layers of these prisons, the torture chambers, everything related to it that we set back for 4 years and let happen. And now all of a sudden he wants to take credit for the ousting of Assad. It's not going to be your legacy, Joe. You didn't do anything there. And that's clear as the nose on your face. So let's have some explanations from the government on certain things that have taken place, including these drones that are flying in several parts of the country. It's not just New Jersey that we're hearing reports from. And if it's aliens, so be it. Tell us what you know and tell us why you're not acting on these situations as they arose, not years later, and then decide to take credit for fixing it all. So, Mitch McConnell. We have a president that is barely there, but at least they can give him something to get him to be somewhat animated. But the freezing at the microphone that we're seeing from Mitch McConnell since his fall, where they say now he had a concussion which was causing this. But let me tell you, that is the start of the end when the older people, such as him, take a fall and hit their head. Things start to happen. And why he's saying that he's not going anywhere until 2026, you cannot. You've just lived through a president that couldn't put a sentence together and couldn't make the decisions and had other people making the decisions for him. And now you're going to trust a Senate person to make correct decisions when they can't answer a simple question like, do you think you'll run again? And he freezes and can't come up with an answer. And it's minutes, and they have to come out and rescue him from the microphone. Well, here's an example.
A scare in Washington for Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. He took a fall at a popular Washington, D.C. hotel Wednesday night and had to go to the hospital.
Now his team and lawmakers are saying he suffered a concussion.
This week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Are you good? Mitch?
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.
I'll take it back. Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.
It's sick.
Senator, you're up for election in 3 short years. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing you.
That's okay. What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator. Benny.
Okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
What the hell is going on?
You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up.
Bit of breaking news to bring to you right now. We've gotten word that Republican leader Mitch McConnell has taken a fall. It happened during the Senate Republican lunch today. Two medical responders were seen briefly entering the office.
He is currently in his office. Last we were aware, he was visited briefly by two medical responders who went into his office, briefly visited with McConnell, and then left. John Thune, who's the incoming Senate Majority Leader who is taking over for McConnell, has said that McConnell is fine and that he's in his office. McConnell is fine.
No, he's not.
But remember, Kira, this comes after McConnell had had a series of public falls over the years. And then, of course, those two instances in which he froze up in public.
Amun-Ra, Amun-Day. It speaks of the night and of the day. Suaya-harum hoktub sin mas ibet baya. Imatipin sumpike sitsue yatue yatue yatue.
No! You must not read from the book!
Visiting angels, America's choice in home care.
You ain't black.
It's kind of frightening that we have people like this in charge of now a crucial moment where we need the votes in the Senate to get our cabinet approved. And we have this man that can't answer a simple question like, do you know what day it is? It's not a good situation. We've seen it with the president, and now it's even worse as you're looking at it with McConnell freezing and not being able to function. It's like them rolling Dianne Feinstein in a wheelchair, looking up at the sky and getting her to cast a vote. Who's running that? We have to put an end to the chicanery that's going on inside the legislative bodies of this nation. It's no longer that funny to watch. Some get amusement out of it. We know that there's a lot of talking heads that are gone crazy over a lot of different things, and they're still saying that, oh, this administration is going to fail. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to get back on track. We're going to start to apply common sense instead of idiocy to our everyday terminologies and workplace habits and wokeness that we have suffered through for these last 4 years. That's going to change. Yes, it will. And if you can't get on board with that, and if you can't handle it, go see a doctor, get medicated, and fix the problems that you have, because you're certainly not making a difference in this world. And we have a cabinet that wants to come in and make a difference in this world, so we should go along with it.
You know, we all need to feel joy now. So anyway, okay, now I'll start. You're all reading into that.
Supposed to be that way. We were supposed to be on a steady, if difficult sometimes, march towards progress. And yet, just a few weeks ago, the United States voted for a second time to not elect its first woman president. you will always have an ally in me and in my government.
I am, and always will be, a proud feminist.
You chose poorly.
The situation with what's going on with the Senate hearings and meetings with senators and the rhinos that have signed off already mentally and in some cases have spoken that they are not going to back certain people that are up for nomination. And I think that is a travesty that they will not help their own party. Never mind get along with the party across the aisle, and the party across the aisle has already told the American people who asked for the change, voted for the change, they've already told we're not going along with it. So remember, write down their names, and when they come up for re-election, do not consider putting them back in the same position that they just broke their oath to be in. It's craziness what's going on with the Democratic Party. They can't even get along with their own, and now they're vowing not to make any of these appointments. There's ways around it. We have a very, very smart incoming president that will be able to handle this, and he has the right people around him to make that happen. You got all this nonsense that's going on in New York with the people trying to get together and whip up a riot over the fact that Penny was acquitted, as we spoke about yesterday, and then you have this murderer that they're trying to extradite back to New York, which I believe they should have a change of venue if they do have the evidence against this alleged murderer. Then they need to bring it to trial where they'll get a proper trial and not a manipulated mess by Alvin Bragg, who should not be in the position he is in, but he is, and we have to respect that. But don't put more fodder in front of him to mess around and decide to take a side once again in a balanced scale of justice. Should be blind, but with Alan Bragg, it's wearing bifocals. And that's so evident to us after the mess with the Trump trials in New York. No pun intended. Not a whole lot more going on. We know that Syria is now in full flux. We don't know where or who is going to be the governor or the government, what faction is going to take in. Will ISIS use this vacuum as a regrouping point? This is something that we need to be watching, but I don't believe that Winkin and Blinken and Nod have any inkling of watching that. So, and there that is.
These things must be done delicately.
Anyway, it's Thursday. And if you're getting ready for the weekend and you need to do your Christmas roast shopping, or you need some meats, or you need cheese, or you need some beautiful pork products, or blonde Aquitaine cattle for your steaks, rib roast, it is only one place to get the quality of meat that like you've never had before. Their hot dogs, their cheese, their eggs, their chicken products are to die for. You need to get in touch with Lazy J Farms and Butcher Shop, located in Kingsport, Tennessee. They're on Bloomingdale Road in Kingsport, Tennessee. They will accept phone orders from anywhere in the country, and they will get you the freshest products shipped overnight. You need to call down there and speak to Butch the Butcher, and you can reach them at 423-398-5595. Again, that's 423-398-5595, and tell them Kaiser sent you. And you'll be very, very happy with their beef products and their chicken and their pork and their eggs and cheese. And it's just a great place, all natural, farm raised right here where it's butchered, and you know you're getting first-class quality when you deal with Lazy J Farms and Butcher Shop. So with that, get ready for the weekend. It's coming. We're a couple of days away, or one day away, and we'll be back here, as always, on Friday to give you a wrap-up of the week in the week past. I don't know that there's a whole lot more to talk about other than the fact that we're owed a lot of explanation about this rotten administration, and we can't wait for it to get out of office before they do any more damage. Has anyone seen Kamala? Heard from Kamala? She was snubbed big time the other night at the Kennedy Center. I don't think there's any more love between the Bidens and Harris. So that's quite evident, and we'll see where that goes. There it is. So I guess Donald Trump opened the opening bell on the stock market exchange in New York this morning, gave a small speech there before it, and they're opening the bell, and bang, we're back with the hopes of a great new market in the next coming 4 years. And if interest rates stay stable and we don't have a stupid decision to come out and cut rates again between now and the time we can get the ship off the ground, we'll be okay. No telling what Powell and Grandma Yellen are going to be up to in this next week or so. As we say here all the time, it is Christmas season, and we need not forget what Christmas is all about and where it started and what it means to most of the Christian population across the world today. It's the birth of the Christ child who came into this land sent by his Father to get forgiveness of all of our misdeeds and sins, and died on the cross so that could happen. So I invite all of you in this beautiful Christmas season to invite Jesus into your heart and hold it dear, and pray often for the people that you love, like, and want to protect, but also pray for those who are out to do the country, the world, and you harm. Because through prayer, all things are possible, and never forget that. And with that, we're going to say it's been a short one today, and we have some things to do today, including go down and pick up my order at Lazy J Farm Butcher Shop in Kingsport today. Kaiser and I will be in there to get our weekly supply, and I hope that you'll call them today and order some stuff for yourself, because you will be happy and you will thank me. Also, we ask you to please, if you haven't, subscribe to this channel to keep our algorithms paced right so we get the recognition that we need and the proper placement of our program here that we do every day, 5 days a week for you, and then some weekend tours. And also remember to subscribe, but comment. Tell me what your thoughts are so we can figure out what people are thinking. And your ideas are always welcome here at the Kaiser Report, and we cherish your comments at all times. So remember to do that, and then share. If you like something, share it on other social platforms that you have friends with or followers, so we can expand our community here and talk amongst each other about things that are important to us. And what's most important to us here at the Kaiser Report is God, country, and family. And we'd like you all and invite you all to have that same feeling about you in the next coming 4 years, because we need to bring unity, love, and a happiness back to the streets of America one more time. And we have done it in the past, and we'll do it again. And with that, we're going to tell you, stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned into the Kaiser Report for political commentary, news bits, and some look at Appalachia as we get around with the camera to different places, such as Asheville, North Carolina, that has suffered so badly. We'll be there this weekend to take in the Nutcracker done by Asheville Ballet, and we're looking forward to that. So until tomorrow, stay safe, stay strong, and stay with the Kaiser Report, and we'll see you back here Friday morning for a week wrap-up. So God bless. Bye-bye now.